Now, going.
My name is Rich and I'm from Western Appliance Repair. And what we have here is a Maytag Duet washing machine that's getting an F11 error message. So I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot this. First thing we want to do, turn the power on, put this thing to drain and spin, and press start. And then we want to just look at its symptoms and see when the F11 error message is going to occur. And the reason we do that is because after we replace the board, we're going to do the same thing again to see if it's fixed. So let's go ahead and watch this a second. Okay, the inner drum should be rotating a little bit, but it's not. F11. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot. Go ahead and turn this off for a second. Okay, and we can shut that off. Okay, this is Rich from Western Appliance again. What we're going to do first is we're going to replace the inverter. We're going to install this. We're going to remove this control panel and get that installed and see if that fixes it. Now, the problem can be one of two things. It could be the CPU, which is up here, or it can be the inverter. A F11 error is a communication error between the inverter and the main control board. So you usually want to start with the high power board first, because this is what actually draws a lot of current. And this actually can cause the main control board to go bad inside here. So we're going to go ahead and let's get this installed and test it. First thing what we want to do here is unplug the washer. Second thing we want to do, we want to take off this bottom panel here, and what I like to use is a piece of 2x4 to prop it up so we could get to these screws underneath here. Okay, I got that propped up. You see the little 2x4 right there? Now we're going to remove these screws right down here. Okay, got those screws removed. Now let's go ahead and take off the panel. Okay, we have the panel removed, and this is your interior of the washer. Okay, let's get a good picture of that. Alright, and here's your inverter right back here. This is your inverter. And what we're going to do is we're going to swap that out with a good one. First thing we want to do to this inverter is we want to take this little panel right here. It's good to get okay. What I was trying to say was get a screwdriver, pull it right back here, and pop this cover. Once you have this cover off, there's the connectors right there. So that's what we're going to do, is pull those off. Okay, so I got the two connectors out. So we pulled this one out, and we pulled this one out. So what we're going to try to do, well, we have one more down here. Except we have one more. Be very careful removing these. I just broke off the tab. Okay, anyway, you don't want to break off any tabs. So, okay, got that off. Okay, so what I did was I pulled all these connectors outside here, and what I'm going to try to do is just connect up the good inverter without replacing the whole box. We're going to leave the existing one here, and we're going to plug in a good one, and that'll tell us whether that's bad or not. Okay, I went ahead and I got all three of the connectors in place. Okay, let's see if we could get a better view of that. I got all three connectors in, and we're going to power it up. We're going to plug in the power. on the power here, drain and spin. Let's go ahead and hit start. And let's watch for the F11. Fills. Guys, if you don't know this already, it's going through a child lock routine. That means if there's a child in there, goes inside there, it's going to spray some water. It's going to lock and it's going to unlock. In theory, if somebody's stuck in there, they'll be able to kick their way out. Anyway, it does not look like. Okay, so we're still getting the same F11. So that means we have a new. Let's go ahead and stop this from beeping. We have a new inverter on there. We have it connected up, and we're still getting the F11 error. So that means it's your main control that's bad, your central control. Now, what I see most of the time is it can be 50. It's 50-50. 50% of the time you have a bad inverter. 50% of the time you have a bad CCU. We'll cover replacing that CCU at a later date. Okay, folks. Okay, so I took off the other inverter, the darn good one, and when I was putting the connectors on, or when I was taking them off, I happened to notice this connector right here. Let me see if I can get that in better light. That connector there that came off the inverter, and you could see the burning on that connector. And so I did look at the pins where that connector came off, and I did notice that there's some burning on the circuitry as well. So I don't know if you could see that, but it's way on the bottom right.